Welcome back, all you sports and gambling fans out there. Are you ready for some college basketball betting? Joining me today is Jeff Grant, our very own SBR contributor, and today we're taking a glance at that Texas Tech Red Raiders game going up against the West Virginia Mountaineers. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dax, to talk about this specific matchup because I think we're going to find some value because everybody's down on Texas Tech, everybody's high on West Virginia, which often leads to betting value.
All right, man, before we get into this, Jeff, let me point out that Texas Tech has played one of the more difficult schedules in the country this month. So with that in mind, man, do you think that the Red Raiders can bounce back after that blowout 36-81 loss in Norman, Oklahoma this past Wednesday?
That was a really bad game for the Red Raiders because they had beaten Iowa State on their home floor just days before that. How bad was it? Head coach Tubby Smith basically said to his team, this may be the worst loss that I've ever been a part of, and he's been coaching for a couple decades now. This team, 285th in terms of turnover percentage, so they turn it over a lot on the offensive end, which could prove problematic given the fact that West Virginia turns over opponents at the highest rate. They cause opponents to turn the ball over on 30.8% of their possessions, and that statistic held true in the first meeting, a 78-67 win as 6-point road favorites for the Mountaineers over the Red Raiders on January 5th, as the Mountaineers had a 19-7 edge in terms of turnovers.
All right, now since we're talking about the Mountaineers, here's something pretty interesting about West Virginia. They continue to win their games, but their shooting on the hardwood, man, has just been pretty awful. So, Jeff, do you think that the Mountaineers can score enough points to earn a sweep in this regular season series?
Yeah, they've really benefited in their back-to-back wins by playing teams that don't really shoot the ball well as on the court as well, given the fact that they played at Kansas State and picked up an overtime home victory against TCU. They could have easily lost both of those games. The shooting in all categories is bad. 29.8% from three-point area, 46.7% inside the arc, and 66.9% from the free throw line. And I think the biggest concern for the Mountaineers in this game may not be the shooting, but a potential letdown spot, because this is really the easiest game by a far margin for West Virginia until the Big 12 tournament that precedes the 2015 NCAA tournament. You look at the upcoming schedule, Dax, at Oklahoma, hosting Baylor, hosting Kansas State, at Iowa State, and then hosting Kansas. That's really a gauntlet, so I'm not sure West Virginia is going to be focused in this contest.
All right, man. So we have to actually check in this one. This one, we're filming it on a Friday for a Saturday game. But, there are no available lines. Trend-wise, it would seem that the best way to go on a spread bet in this case would be with the Mountaineers at 11-7 against the spread, while the Red Raiders are just 6-10. What do you think, Jeff? Where should we be betting on this one?
I'm going to go with the road underdog here as long as the line really matches up. I developed a handicapper line of favoring West Virginia by 16.5 points. So if Texas Tech gets 17 or more points, definitely look at the road underdog, while if the line comes at 16 or fewer, then you may have to look at West Virginia. But I think things line up for the Red Raiders here. They rank 7th in the country in terms of getting to the free throw line, while West Virginia commits a ton of fouls because of their pressing defense. And in the first meeting, yes, Texas Tech didn't cover, but they shot 22 of 37 from the free throw line. As long as Texas Tech matches that number in free throw attempts, they should be in good standing here. The road team also has covered the last 7 games in the series, and Texas Tech, even though they're a young roster, tends to bounce back well. 5-1 against the spread following a loss of 20 or more points. I definitely suspect that West Virginia is going to be favored by 16.5 or more points. So I'm going to suggest grabbing Texas Tech on Saturday.
All right, good stuff, Jeff. As always, man, thanks for all the insights and the pick, and we'll talk again on Monday.
Thank you.
No problem. And hey, everyone else, make sure to check back with us on Monday for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.